Hey guys, and welcome back to another episode of Devil Dagger here in Gnomoria. Last episode I noticed that our stoneworks weren't really getting laid anywhere in the expansion of our top level. And I checked the stocks and sure enough, we have no more marble. Which means we have to delve down deep underground and start some work. I've gone ahead and set a few areas to be expanded just so that we don't run into this problem again while we're trying to mine out our area. It's quite aggravating to have to constantly drop down and mine, so I figured why not just add a whole bunch of mining jobs. That way our gnomes can keep busy doing things and we can expand our giant secret project that is on the books. It'll also give our miners some practice. And as you can tell, our miner is actually getting pretty good at mining. We are going to have to light up this passageway, collect this stone. So, hopefully we don't get any stone golems, but if we do, we'll take that into account when it happens, cross that bridge when we get to it, so to speak. And our miner is really going to town. I'll go ahead and drop away from that way we don't have to actually just keep hearing it. And our gnomes are going to work collecting it, which is great. Another problem that I noticed is that a lot of our stocks are actually starting to get up to their upper limit, which is kind of a problem. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and just designate a few more stockpiles, and the Blaze Bakers are really going to town on each other. Oh my god. I added a overflow stockpile for some logs, and this is the specific stockpile for them. This one doesn't really matter. They can put whatever logs they want in here. This is just the overflow from the groves that we have over here. Let's go ahead and get them out of view. That way we don't have to sit there and listen to them hammer on one another. And we're just going to set this up as, I guess we'll call it frozen goods. Set it up for food, and specifically we want things that are probably going to need to be stored in mass quantities. I would hope that we have a lot of meat. Let's see here. Fruit would be okay here. We're gonna keep the sausage, loaf of bread, and sandwiches down here in the refrigerated section. That should be just about it. So go ahead and tell them to pull from general goods just in case it's over there. I doubt it is, but just in case, go ahead and expand that stockpile, and we will fix it as needed for the walkway, which is perfectly fine. Go ahead and get that set up. And we also need to build some crates for our food to be stored into. So we will line the walls just to give them a lot of storage for those items. That should really keep our gnomes busy for the most part. Looks like they were already starting to move some of the food over here in there. Wonder if... Looks like maybe a little bit more work is being done over here. Not very much. Drop down in the mines. Make sure that we are taking care of that. Go ahead and set this up to have some lighting. That way we don't actually run into the problem of having skeletons or beetles or any other nasties spawn on us. Because that would be quite a bit of a disappointment to have to deal with those at this stage. Pretty sure our gnomes can handle it. Probably wouldn't be a problem for them, but if there was a giant beetle hive that for whatever reason just randomly spawned in this world, it would be quite hard to take care of. And our miner is just really going to town on this stuff. And hopefully our gnomes come and collect all this relatively quickly. But between our gnomes having to collect that stone and lay the foundations for everything, it's probably going to take a little while, so hopefully everything gets done in a quick fashion. This is this is mainly just an episode to show the difficulties that come with trying to expand. Really, the biggest limiting factor is just keeping track of stocks, and it looks like a honey badger has been spotted. Let's make sure nobody is attacking it. Doesn't look like it. And nope, nobody has come out here trying to attack the honey badger, which is good. I don't need Mother Nature striking back at us again, considering our 2 losses have been from Mother Nature attacking us, which is kind of disappointing when you think about it. The fact that we had 2 attacks from Mother Nature, and it took a gnome with him both times, and had multiple attacks from goblins and ogres, and not once has it killed a gnome, which I probably just jinxed myself, and the next attack will probably have devastating losses, and the fort will fall, and it will just be sad times in the kingdom of Devil Dagger. This is what I get for opening my mouth. Open mouth, insert foot. And it actually looks like our stone stocks are starting to fill up quite a bit. Almost 1,000 stone, which, I mean, I'm not totally against it. That's great for me. That just means that we can move on to bigger and better things. Go ahead and set up the light inside here. Get everything lit up, like I said, just to prevent anything from spawning, trying to kill us from underneath the ground. We have enough problems up above. We don't need to be dealing with things down here as well. And that should do it for right about now. Gnomes are doing a halfway decent job of keeping the stone picked up. That way we don't actually have to deal with any golems. Because, like I said, the golems probably wouldn't be a problem, but let's not take a chance. And there's a bear right outside our door. Boy. Okay. Nobody's attacking it yet. Wakink, what are you doing? No. Wakink, move away. Okay. Whew. Wakink is not trying to attack the bear. But that bear is just hanging out outside our door. Oh boy. Might have to go and kill a bear. I don't want to, but if I'm forced to, I will. That bear really just does not want to leave us alone. I don't know what the problem is. It's quite aggravating. Man, if this was any other kingdom, that bear would be lunch. But we're going to try and not tick off Mother Nature. Not try and tip the balance in her favor yet again. And our water situation over here, trying to get a well established, just really is not working out in our favor, unfortunately. That's perfectly okay. Right now we're just concerned with getting these mines lit up. As soon as we can get those lit up, I'll feel much better about our redecorating situation. And set up the rest of these lights. That should take care of all the lights down here. Set them up down here as well. And the reason why I'm trying to keep this specific is basically in reference to our secret project that we got going on. And I'm not comfortable disclosing to you guys just yet, but hopefully you guys will approve of my decision in the due time anyway. Eventually we're going to be redecorating this entire stairwell all the way down, so that's something to look forward to in later episodes. By the way, I wanted to say thank you to you guys, because I just noticed that we actually hit 50 subscribers, and I never in a million years would have imagined that there were actually people that would be not only entertained by the way that I game, but stuck around long enough and wanted to be notified when I actually put out new videos. So I just wanted to say thanks to you guys. It's quite humbling to know that there's people out there that are watching my videos for one thing and want to be kept informed about when I put out new content. So thanks guys, I really do appreciate it. Hope you guys stick around and, we can all hang out and have a good time. and it looks like our food situation is starting to solve itself. Not all of the fruit has been moved indoors, which I'm not sure why. As all of these sandwiches, no, we still have quite a few sandwiches just chilling in the kitchen, which is really, really annoying. And we still have 3 more crates, but I think it's probably a good sign that we need to start selling quite a bit more food whenever we have merchants show up. So on that note, let's go ahead and set it up so that we get another merchant by inviting another ambassador to the fort. And tell them to make another cotton mattress, and that should be done. And we're gonna have to redecorate one of these bedrooms. So go ahead and replace the floor. I do not recall if I actually put a lot of effort into this or not. But for right now, we're just going to use a very standard decorating scheme. Block floors will be perfectly fine for them. I'll probably redecorate it with some higher value metals at some point in time. But for right now, floors will be perfectly fine for our visiting ambassadors from other kingdoms. And there's not that much stone left down here. I'm not too concerned that that'll spawn anything. Kind of concerned about this stockpile here, though. I don't know why that was just dropped. Might be that they started to stock it and then found out in the middle of their job that they didn't have any room for it, so they just stopped. It happens from time to time. Let's check. Yeah, we're still sitting at the limit for our crates. There is a mod out there that actually adds some room to crates. I believe it makes it either 64 or 128 per crate, which it makes stock piles or inventory management much easier, I guess you could say. It is something that I'm looking into. I'm not sure if it plays well with recording software, so I might be testing that out in between episodes just to kind of create things. And it looks like our cook has created a legendary loaf of wheat bread, which I'm not sure if I explained it or not, but if a piece of food is actually legendary, if it is used as an ingredient for something else, it has a higher chance of making a legendary item again. But a legendary item, basically, it just has a stat modifier that it reduces thirst or hunger by an increased amount. So you really want to get your cooks and your brewers to be one specialized gnome. That way you only have one person working on it. That way you have a higher chance of creating legendary items. That is to say, you could have multiple gnomes creating ingredients like loaves of bread or sausages, and just have the really highly skilled gnomes to create the finished product, because those finished products is what matter. And the gnome with the higher skill has an increased chance of creating legendary items anyway. There's actually quite a bit of detailed research that has gone into creating legendary items. There's a pretty hefty curve on it. Looks like another merchant has showed up, which is pretty great. So go ahead and unpause the game to allow that merchant to show up. We'll probably be selling off quite a bit of food just to make room in the kingdom. Honestly, we're kind of hitting our limit on the amount of copper and tin ore that we need, so I think we're going to start investing in some malachite ore as well. So I will go ahead and set up this trade deal and bring you guys back here in a second. Hey guys, and welcome back. We have the trade deal all set up. I noticed that we weren't getting rid of a lot of stock, so I went ahead and grabbed the silver ore as well. What that silver ore is going to do is allow us to make some high value metal, and that high value metal is going to attract more nomads. It's going to attract higher wave enemies. It should get the merchant to start bringing us some higher value wares as well. But we cleared out quite a number of stocks, so that should make room in a lot of our stockpiles for stuff. Yeah, right here we cleared out that stock really well. Shouldn't be, yeah, we have 60 fruit there, and all the fruit here looks like it's been cleared out. I cleared out a lot of the logs as well. Just basically so that we have more room for additional things. We can use it for more decorating. But it gives our gnomes somewhere to store things so we don't have items just kind of sitting around like this. And it looks quite ugly in my opinion. But it looks like our gnomes are getting to work trying to take care of that. And the only thing that we really have a lot of that needs to be taken care of is our straw, which straw always seems to be a problem in every kingdom that I play. No matter how much I try and do inventory or stockpile management, it never solves itself basically. But our gnomes are moving the stone about, and it looks like we're doing a pretty good job of getting all of the stone laid throughout our second floor. So we should be able to move on to replacing the walls, which start making the kingdom quite a bit more valuable. We're already sitting at 77,950, so just under 78,000, which is quite a bit of a bump from where it was previously. I cannot remember exactly what the cutoff was for when goblins start showing up with iron or steel grade equipment, but once they do, that's actually going to make things quite a bit more difficult. But I hope you guys have enjoyed this episode. Like I said, it's more of a filler episode, just kind of showing the difficulties when it comes to managing a giant expansion project. But I hope you guys have enjoyed it, and from everybody here in Devil Dagger, I hope you all have a great one.